Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
And I don't want to miss a thing. I am doing a parody of Steven Tyler in that one movie because I know Bruce Willis is in this ad. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the UltraQuest podcast here on the Morphin Network. And yes, we are finally, for real, not just mildly, but like bona fide, legit caught up with Ultraman Blazar. Yeah. It was a long journey. But we made it. Like, how does it feel? We're almost done with a complete season of Ultraman.
Yep, we just got one more episode, and then, the movie doesn't come out till next month, so
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, and then we have to wait for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray for us to review it proper. So,
yeah.
But you know,
and even then, it might be Japanese only.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the episode in Japanese with subs, so okay.
Yeah, but let's hope that we get subtitles when we see the actual movie. Otherwise, we're gonna have to revisit a certain Sentai team. Okay, we do not condone that joke. Just saying, we're just fooling around. Please, Toei, don't kill us. But yeah, I'm Mike, Time Rider Zero, your host, and Miguel, that blue dinosaur guy, is my co-host. And today we are discussing what is most likely the penultimate episode of Ultraman Blazar, episode 24, The Approaching Third Wave. And yeah, man, what are your initial thoughts on this episode?
It actually sets things up for like the finale. I mean, this final kaiju looks like he's serious business, and it's an everyone-focused episode if you think about it, because they all get to have their little moments prior to jetting off to space.
Yeah, I pretty much stopped counting like 2 episodes ago after that insurance agent episode.
Yeah,
because it's like, look, everyone got one. Would I like everyone to get more? Yes, but at least everyone got one.
Mm-hmm.
And Teraraki does pilot Earth Garon with Gento, so, we could set things up for him to have a moment in the sun in the finale. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a continuation of the previous episode. So like all of those beetle kaiju, try to railgun that one meteorite that was supposed to be the third wave, but it caused that one kaiju to just land on the moon. And yeah. So let me ask you this. How familiar are you with Junji Ito?
I have I've seen like some of his artwork, but I don't have like a really extensive knowledge of it.
Because I would say this, I think Junji Ito would be loving this episode because this kaiju causes celestial object to spiral towards other objects. The operative word. Spiral. Yeah, so Uzumaki. But so obviously because originally that meteorite was supposed to plummet towards Earth, but because it didn't, it failed. It's like, let me get an even bigger rock. I could make a joke here. Why not? It's a penultimate episode. It's like, oh my god, a giant rock. I've got something else to show you. Okay, but I don't think I can compare it to that giant rock. Oh my god, an even bigger rock.
Yep.
And that bigger rock is the moon, which means, every time I close my eyes, I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe, and I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, it's basically Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that Final Impact? I can't remember because like they're both similar movies and they came out the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that like one of them definitely involved a meteor. Did the other one also involve a meteor, or did it involve the moon? I know there was an episode of Big Fine Rusty that involved the moon.
Yeah. Or is it more like Space Cowboys?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Space Cowboys. Wait, when you say Space Cowboys, you mean Cowboy Bebop, or do you mean Cowboys and Aliens?
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, it could be a little bit of that, or Outlaw Star even.
Okay, Outlaw Star. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I gotta rewatch Outlaw Star because like I remember watching. Well, I was only able to catch random episodes back in the day, but then when it came to Adult Swim Toonami, like I did watch every episode. But again, like because a lot of the episodes, like my first time watching them was like within the last 6 years, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like of course I'm not gonna like remember some stuff like for example, like the episode with that highly gravitational prison, like the one that was right before the
one before the hot spring episode.
Yeah, it's like that was like the only time I ever saw that episode. So of course I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember anything about this gravitational prison episode because this is the only time I've seen it.
I still have my old DVD box set.
Yeah. All I know is that crazy cat girl and always saying the word Katarl, so I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that was the name of her alien race, Aisha Clan.
Yeah, and I keep mishearing it as Guitarl. Like are we using like, instruments or like what? Like is this fully coolly? Are you gonna use a Rickenbacker? Are you gonna use a Flying V? Like what's going on? A Cherry Red Stratocaster. Yeah. So it's like, okay, Earth Garon, mod 4. It uses the mods from all 3 mods combined. And I'm like, okay, so we're going full grid, man. But of course, we have to have that deep, serious moment of like, okay, we deploy in 24 hours. That'll give you 18 hours to spend time with your friends and family. Make the most of it. Wilco. Okay, and we do get a cute scene. You do get a cute scene where Henri's running and
with his washing machine.
He's got the washing machine.
And then Teriyaki calls his dad.
Yeah, who may or may not be sick with something. But still,
might be cancer.
My boy protected this dirt.
Mm-hmm.
My boy protected this dirt. And of course, Gento tries to spend time with his family, but Emmy, she's spending her time with Earth Garon of all people.
Yeah,
and he's like, I can't say anything, but no one said I can't give you a thumb drive. So here's a thumb drive. You didn't get this from me, and we find out about about July 2nd, 1999, where stuff happened and like a meteor fell into Earth. The GGF destroyed the meteor, but it landed on in the Sea of Japan. So here's the question: does this mean that or the Earth kaiju we've been seeing this whole time were originally from V99 or what? Like,
Yeah. What are they trying to get at there?
yeah, and I feel like this is going to be some interesting stuff that we could spend a good 5 to 13 episodes unraveling.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got an episode and a half left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, like, turns out that one dude wasn't just there for leave of absence. He was straight up dishonorably discharged.
Oh, yeah. That's what. When Gento went to go visit him.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm seeing, but something smells very Sonozaki. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm very suspicious. I don't know what's going on, but I think this dude right here might have something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. We're deploying into space. We have our second official kaiju battle in space, and it's pretty straightforward. Earth Garon tries to fight it. It gets its butt kicked. Kind of sad, but I will allow it since this is supposed to be the final monster of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is about to. Oh yeah, and this thing is leaving behind biological detonators, like symbiotes from Spider-Man 2, the video game, and yeah, so like Blazar just straight up grabs Earth Garon and just like throws it away so that it could escape from what's it called, the explosion.
Yeah.
But the explosion caused the moon to like start to go off its orbit. It's like starting to spiral towards Earth. So pulling Superman as Ultraman would, and I just remembered Earth 2 Superman's name is in fact Ultraman. So
yeah.
Funny how that works out. Mm-hmm. So our giant cosmic Kryptonian is trying to push the moon back into orbit. And actually, I like the way they filmed the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder, like, did they put a green screen table underneath his abdomen? Or did they get a suit actor that can properly do a headstand for an extended period of time and then shot this sideways? Either way.
Or did they tie him to a harness?
They could, yeah. But if it is the handstand option, props to that suit actor. I imagine doing a headstand without like a tokusatsu suit might be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it's even harder doing it with a suit on. I mean, like, one of the reasons why Matt Austin was hired to play Bridge Carson in Power Rangers SPD was the fact that he actually could do a handstand.
So kind of basically like how Deca Green was, like Yosuke Ito can do that as well.
That's exactly why the casting director wanted someone who could do a handstand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it just so happens that Matt Austin knew how to do a handstand, and I'm glad that he of all people could, because I cannot imagine that character being played by anyone else besides him. But yeah, so like, can you imagine if Matt Austin was wearing his full Ranger suit while doing a handstand?
Oh man,
I imagine that dressed up as Blazar, like the specific type of rubber used to make his suit, I imagine that's even less comfortable than wearing a Ranger suit. So props to the props department.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really do love how like special effects work. Like when they originally shot Superman and made it look like he was flying, like they actually used a series of mirrors while the actors is facing upward, and so camera would use the mirrors to like point down from above him into an inferior view, so it looks like he's flying. at a pronate position when he's just standing upright. And for work-related reasons, I went behind the scenes of Star Trek: The Next Generation. From reading Rainbow. Great episode, by the way. I love how they did that swirly thing to make the teleporter effect. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the giant monster freaking attacks Blazar and starts absorbing his Blazar energy, I guess. And yeah, we have this very surreal scene right here. And I'm not gonna lie, gives me Agito vibes.
It kind of does. Yeah.
It's a Ryuki, yeah. So he ends up, I'm guessing, separated from Blazar because he wakes back up inside Earth Garon. So I'm like, okay, so that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
He Gento just ends up being in the exact place where he originally
transformed.
Yeah. So we've never seen him transform indoors. So of course we would never see him teleport back into a cockpit or something. Heck, every time when he was piloting Earth Garon and then transformed, he always stepped outside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting thing to find out. But unfortunately, massive explosion, and while the moon returns to its original orbit, Blazar is down for the count, and that's basically where the episode ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on how this episode ended?
I think it sets up a really good cliffhanger for the ending. I mean, I wonder how Blazar is going to find that extra source of help, because when Gento transformed initially, Blazar came out already exhausted. His chest symbol was already blinking red at the start of the transformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it added a lot of.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I'm surprised. Well, actually, no, I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to end on a cliffhanger. I mean, I could tell how shows like this usually work. But yeah, I did not think it would get this bad for the main character.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be it's gonna be revealed that the monster had a second form that's even more powerful, or oh no, it turns out that the pterodopont was controlling it all along, and he was actually a kaiju disguised as a human. Some kind of big reveal to really set up a second to last episode. But damn, they murked Blazar. I still have to wonder how the season's even gonna end here, because there's still the issue of where did Blazar really come from? What is the deal with pterodopont? And it's really weird for me, especially, and again, this is speaking from the perspective of the first season of Ultraman I'm watching all the way through. It does feel weird that the main villain here, or at least the final villain, is some random non-sapient monster. Usually, maybe it would be a massive threat of a monster, but at least it would have some kind of motivation in other stories, Nidogvatseva from Kuga. He had a personality and he wanted to erase humanity. We have a motivation. There we go. Or heck, even pterodopont. He wanted to, obtain all of Earth's knowledge, and he doesn't care what he can get in his way. The greed wants absolute destruction, especially Maki. Let's see. What's another one? What are some Orochi from Hibiki? We never actually see Orochi, so we don't even know what its motivations are. But we also don't actually see it show up. So, as interactive as Kamen Rider Hibiki was, at least it's like we don't have to worry about it. It's like we saved it.
Or like in Go-Go 5, like the whole thing was a setup to Grand Witch Grandians, like coming to Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what to think. It just like I at least appreciate that it is a stronger kaiju compared to previous ones. And like its behaviors are much more threatening than previous kaiju. It does, however, feel a little anticlimactic that this final boss is just a mindless monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they do a big reveal.
Yeah. They're probably not going to set for anything big until the movie comes out.
And that's assuming that the TV show ends on a cliffhanger to set up for the movie. Mm-hmm. But we all know how Kamen Rider Decade came out.
Yeah.
And like you've seen those Hitler rant videos where like they took footage from the movie Downfall and then just added subtitles to it.
Mm-hmm.
My first video was Hitler rants about the ending to Kamen Rider Decade. And that was my first video. I was surprised, and it's like, of course you got that strategy room scene, and like and those operatives are like, it's like all Rider was die Shark will be screened here, and here at last, and then once I watch the movie and then see the final episode, all of my questions would be answered. Mein Führer, the final episode. There is no final episode. It ends on a cliffhanger. Anyone that likes Saban Mask Rider and Operation Overdrive, please leave. What do you mean they are on a cliffhanger? I spent 31 weeks trying to find out what happens in the story, and we have on a cliffhanger. But my Führer, there's going to be a winter film. Screw some winter film. I don't care anymore. And it goes on about Tommy and Jason slash fiction. It was funny, like at the time. I gotta find the archive of that video because it's like, it was just so damn funny, and like that just made me want to make my own video about like him wanting to make his own meme video, but like they couldn't find raw footage of the movie Downfall. It's like, what do you mean you can't find the raw footage of Downfall? I mean that bloody movie. But yeah, no. Okay, so what score would you give this episode?
Honestly, a pretty solid 9 out of 10. I mean, it sets up really well for the final episode. You had a nice little moment with all the characters kind of doing their own thing, and I have to say that the final fight scene, it brought a lot of tension. Next to final fight, I mean, because we know that Ultraman is probably going to get back up at the end and defeat the kaiju.
Right. Yeah, for me, this is a tricky one because I would agree with you that it's 9 out of 10, but it just feels weird that there's still so many things up in the air from the plot that were opened up, and I don't know how we're going to close all those things up in one episode.
Yeah,
but that one complaint is not something that I should judge this episode on, but if anything, should judge the next episode on. And I can't judge that episode until next week.
You watch it, yeah.
Yep. But let us know what you guys thought about the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment in the chat box, and we will display your comments right here at the bottom of the screen. So let us know what were your thoughts. Okay, you guys are finally caught up. Yes, we're finally fully caught up. That's why we don't have any Ultraman this Saturday. We're just We're just gonna like let episode 25 play out. We're gonna do it next Monday, and we're good to go.
All right.
All right, just one more episode to go. Yeah. Feels weird, doesn't it? It's like maybe it's because it's a half year thing. But like I'm just so used to like Sentai and Kamen Rider being a full year thing. It feels weird that we finish it so quickly. I mean, with the build, we're doing it like 6 episodes on average, 6 episodes at a time. So it's like, yeah, of course we're gonna finish that quickly. But we're doing it just 1 episode at a time. Like, what's going on? Okay, Varelon may not have a great design, but makes up for it with sheer power. Being able to stable Earth Garland with one bomb that it could spam multiple of and absorb Blazar's energy to get strong. Yeah, I could see this being a villain in Spider-Man video games.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish it had a little bit more sapience to it. Like maybe like, oh, it's definitely motivated by something to destroy the Earth, not just random monster just happens to show up and it happens to want to recreate the events of the movie Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I hope Terror Dopant is like controlling it somehow telepathically. I know it's probably not gonna happen, but I feel like it will give me satisfaction if it turned out to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they made things dark, gray, and quiet in the end. I hope they do a season 2. I mean, for this coming, I think this actually did some really good tonal things with the next episode.
Yeah.
Like really sets up the tension. But yeah, as far as season 2, though, I doubt there's
That's
going to be.
like they're probably just going to do the movie and that's it.
Yeah, it's like Ginga did have 2 seasons, but the thing is, combined, they had a total of 25 episodes, like 12 and 13, or 11 and 14, or something like that. So. Even if it did have 2 seasons, I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Don't get me wrong. Various anime were able to get away with only having 12 episodes, and they came out pretty well. Like Erased, for example. Like Erased was pretty good, and it was only 12 episodes. But the thing about this one here is that I feel like they ended up opening too many boxes, so now there's not enough time to close all those boxes. And I'm not trying to use the box analogy that J.J. Abrams used. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to introduce certain things to the plot, make sure that they close back up, like, at a pace that works with the plot. Don't leave things open-ended and don't hastily close them up. Well, Emmy could have hacked Earthy to get the information. She talked to him like a friend and got what she needed to push her in the right direction. Oh, she found the way. Yeah. No, I like how Earthy's like trying to humanize with everyone else.
Yeah.
I really hope that if they did have a season 2, I hope Yasunobu and Emmy share an episode together where like they have to bond over their mutual love for Earthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gotta give props to Retsu, the bodyguard, talking to him, maybe a spy he planted near Dobashi to watch over him and bring him the diary when Dobashi wasn't looking. Even though it's partially burnt. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I mean, in RPM, when Hicks and what's her name, Vasquez were both Venjix cyborgs, that was one heck of a plot twist.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that they actually introduced Hicks and Vasquez. And they actually showed up in multiple episodes before they revealed that, because otherwise it would be like, who are these 2 random soldiers and why do they have Venjix technology? More importantly, if you went through so much trouble to analyze Dylan for Venjix hardware, how come these guys managed to slip through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we just read this one. Doshi is like the guy you really can't trust since he walks into GGF Command like he owns it, and even Retsu's superior respected him. Yeah. Again, this is the same dude who played the Terror Dopant from Kamen Rider W. If he were any more smug, he would be Namba from Kamen Rider Build, and I am glad we got to the episode where Namba got what came to him.
Mm-hmm.
No one likes Namba. Not even his own kids, probably. I mean, Sawa's like turncoated, so like, you know, I'm pretty sure that that the Gear Bros probably would have too at some point. Yeah, that's it for the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that really helps us out with the algorithm, so we could get the content out to more people. And you know, so that more people can enjoy having us discuss your favorite tokusatsu. And of course, ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We're back to our regularly scheduled program: Ultraman on Mondays, Gotchard on Wednesdays, King Ultra on Thursdays, and Bill on Sundays. So, you know, we got 2 shows break, 2 shows double break. But we're not taking a break completely during the weekend, because on our sister channel, the Buttery Show, we are doing Crow Month, where we review the Crow movies. Please be sure to check out our discussion of Crow 2, City of Angels, where I was literally dying trying to review that movie. It was that bad. But nevertheless, may Tweet Train rest in peace. But our next movie is going to be what is probably one of the better half of the Crow movies, Crow Salvation, which features Kirsten Dunst as Erin, Lauren's sister. Who's Lauren? Well, it's the main character's girlfriend. So, you know, but yeah, no, like Salvation definitely better than City of Angels. So I can't wait to discuss that one. How will Wicked Prayer hold up? Never seen it. I will, though. Let's hope. Please, Eddie Furlong, don't let me down. And of course, you can check out our personal content as well. Miguel, where can ladies and gentlemen and human gears find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at that blue dinosaur guy.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. With all that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, no, we're fully caught up with Ultraman. It's crazy. Like, it feels weird because like we started off 8 episodes behind, and yet here we are. Yeah, like the year's already off to a good start from the looks of it. And we hope the rest of you have a wonderful rest of your year. And of course, if you want to say hi to us in person, we will be at the Pasadena Convention Center on January 28th. You know, we won't be signing autographs, but if you ask us, we will happily take a selfie with you for no extra charge. And yeah, you know, yeah, and stay safe, stay hydrated. I think emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and you know, be sure to collect those trading cards on Wednesday, because we got that new episode of Gotchard to review. Until next time, would you like to take us home?
All right. When Cyclops' son drinks a pumpkin spice latte, that's basic cable.
Naito. Have a good night, everyone.